It will change your life. I talk to people all the time about success. It doesn't matter what type of business you're in or what you do in your professional capacity. The truth is that everything has to happen from the inside out. There are a lot of different steps and there's a lot of ways to do things. This that you will hear tonight will just be a way to do it.
They've taken him, believe it or not, 49 states and 22 countries. Imagine the cultural diversity that he brings to this platform. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome, Kevin.
You know, I was listening to Mike earlier when he was talking about his teenagers and how we get dumber. And, you know, not only do we get dumber as the children get older, but we're actually doing a show at our church. And I hired my young 8-year-old daughter to run one of the spotlights. You know, it doesn't move. She just turns it on and off. She was thrilled to death about it. So there's 4 of us. And we have these communication devices that we can talk to the people in the different lighting aspects. And so my daughter, she's really geeked up about this. I mean, she thinks, wow, this is the coolest thing. And, you know, she was asking all these questions, and she was really into it. I thought, wow, you're really into this, aren't you? And so she's standing back on her spotlight, and of course, I'm sort of floating. I'm the sort of directing the lighting initiative going on here, and I'm talking to people through this headset. And all of a sudden, I hear this voice coming through one of the headset. Hey, Kevin! Hey, Kevin! That sounds like my daughter. Kevin! And when I turned around and looked at her, you know, I thought she was kidding around with me. Instead of calling me Dad, she's calling me. She's like, Kevin, come here! You know. Okay, so not only are we getting dumber, you know, we're losing our status as parents. If you want solid, strong customer service from one of your individuals, then you need a solid person, don't you? I mean, that's the truth. If you want people that greet people well and are happy to see them and really care about the customers, then you got to have people who inherently have that, or it's been to see. There are many examples. I heard Elizabeth talk about Southwest. You know, it's maybe everybody that joined Southwest, you know, wasn't born with these, you know, happy faces, and, you know, when you come into Nashville, they're singing to you and throwing stuff at you and making you happy. But I think Southwest has developed and nurtured a culture that suggests that, you see? And so they're transforming people about how Starbucks got started, and they weren't after trying to sell you great coffee. I mean, that really wasn't their idea. Did you know that? Do you know what they were actually trying to sell you? They were trying to sell you the experience of gathering together with people. And and in fact, the interviewer on NPR said, well, what are you gonna do? You know, now he says, well, you know, I mean, is there a life after Starbucks? He goes, no, I'll probably do this the rest of my life. He said, I love what I'm doing. He said, I'm able to lead with my heart. That's different, isn't it? And it might describe a little bit why Starbucks is so successful, because they are working from the inside out, and that's where I'm going to come from.
I think happiness is an inside job, and so when I saw that, I think, you know, if I'm going to change and grow my happiness and my success and my vision of what I can do, then I have to get inside and unlock some stuff that maybe I haven't used.
Yes.
Well, I think if we don't like where we are, that opportunity to be different is an act of our will.
That's right. That's right. You know, it's interesting that we went 1, 2, 3. You just really stair-step the whole concept here. And all of them are correct. And whatever your perspective is, talk about perspective, that is correct. The point that I want to make about this is that when we talk about personal mastery, personal power, when you want to put yourself and your business in a position to really succeed, you have to realize that, one, you got to change. You know, the truth is that whether you were invited here, forced to be here, or whatever the case might be, you know, in any sort of educational setting, you're being asked to change, Nancy. You really, if you want to improve, if you want to grow your business, you've got to go out here and change. You do, don't you? Absolutely. You got to change. And so the point that's being made here, from my perspective, is that the gates of change are locked on the inside, meaning there's only one person.
When we don't. I might give you the feedback, but it will be a different scenario. Oh, sir, hold on, let me get you to the right person. That's right. Great job! Would you hasten to try to figure out what that word was. What do you think, Kristen?
Oh.
Never have I ever had anybody guess that. I'm shocked. I was like, God, she's bipolar too, you know? Poor. And I can tell you with a great degree of sincerity and confidence that when we left, Rachel was probably the most well-liked person in the She was one of the people that you always saw. Been amazed to watch her. The whole shift in her thinking. Now it was all about the art and the gift that she was giving all of us as we watched, and giving the atonement. Hundreds of people bringing in lots of money, and Cricket is supporting them. Katie is a linchpin making a difference in people's lives. My challenge for you is to do the same thing. Even as a project manager, create art. Create art means change somebody's life. Reach out to someone. Make a difference to them. Let them make a difference to you. It's the power that you have in your hand if you see it that way.
So what he's done is he's given me a different perspective. And even though some of what he's saying is a lot of the stuff that motivational speakers say, he says it in a way that really impacts me. This is going to sound crazy, but I mean, I almost feel like crying. It was almost a religious experience for me.
I love Kevin's stuff about where the key is and that it's an inside job, because that resonated with me and what I believe. And the stories he told were funny and kind of drew you in, and they were great examples of that moment where people get an aha, and how it isn't something that the person asking the question did. It's really, it was a safe space for somebody to go, oh, that might be me.